FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And as we continue our week-long journey into how cycles develop and how they're created, we have another day of data. So literally let's go over that data and let's take a look. So let's go ahead and start off literally with Euro Pound. And as you can see, Euro Pound did absolutely nothing the whole day. It literally just basically moved sideways. All right, so it really only gave us two. It's only still giving us two options, really. It's definitely not an accumulation cycle because an accumulation cycle would have already moved way down. It's not doing that, obviously. And we had 2 days of straight rise. So this could still be a market maker cycle, or it could still be a trending cycle. It really depends on what happens tomorrow, Thursday. So one of two scenarios, really. You can basically have Thursday would be the last day to have a midweek reversal, essentially, right? So depending on how big this Asian range is, and again, that's why the Asian ranges are important, because you can basically help figure out, what it's going to do or what potential setups you have. So let's just say if this Asian range is like this, basically, right? If it's really big, like this big, then you could potentially see something come up to where it taps the highs here, or maybe not even a type 2 or type 1 setup to go down. That would make it into a market maker cycle for the week. And then you'd basically look sells all day tomorrow and then sells on Friday. If we don't get that type of movement during the Asian range, and it stays kind of tight to how it is right now, this potential move here that is done since Tuesday's US session into Wednesday, all day Wednesday, let's say, and let's just say that if this stays like this and the small tight knit type of Asian range, then you still have the potential for the 200 and also the 50 here to get like a type 2 setup to go higher, and then obviously clear the highs here, and that would continue on the trending cycle that you would have on this particular pair. So those two are still the scenarios out there because of what price action is still doing and the behavior that price action is still presenting to us. So essentially, it looks like you're basically created the higher high here. If this is a trending cycle, this definitely would be the higher high here, and then this would be the higher low. So if that's the case, then you'd be looking for like a type 2, something that pins to maybe the 50 or even the 200 and then goes up higher. If that Asian range is, like I said at the beginning, very high, very big, and it goes anywhere near the high of Tuesday, then you're really looking for a reversal of a type 1 going back down again, and that would make it a market maker cycle. All right, so that's essentially still in the air right now because of this huge retracement that I made back to the 200 EMA. You still have all the EMAs in your favor, meaning that they're still below you, so the trend technically is still a trending market. But again, because we're talking about it in a weekly sense, this could basically tag the high here and then turn around. That would make it a market maker cycle. All right, so essentially that's what I would be looking for on this particular pair for Thursday. Also, you can see the TDI here still moving its way up to the top here. So this could also be used as a tool as well, coming into the London. If this is all the way up here at the very top here, and you get like an M coming down, that could help you confirm essentially what could be the market maker cycle there for that week. All right, but that's going to be my thoughts on Euro Pound. Pound USD. So Pound USD for me looks like this is going to be a accumulation cycle, and the reason I say that is because if you look at the EMAs, first of all, they're all now going straight through price, all of them, Not just some of them, but all of them are going straight through price now. All right, so that is a good major sign of accumulation or of any accumulation cycle. Also, we're basically now trending between support and resistance essentially, and that's all that an accumulation cycle is, right? So if you would have had a continuation trade to go higher on New York session today, and it would have taken out, you know, that high there from Sunday, Monday, then obviously you would have had that trending cycle that I talked about earlier in the week. Because that didn't happen, and it literally went up to that high and then reversed. It gave us a type 1 setup during the US session. So that was the setup essentially that you had today to trade on pound USD, was a type 1 setup. Had about 22 pip stop loss, but you took it all the way to the 200. That's essentially 44 pips or so, you know, give or take 35 to make it even according to the spread. And you still had a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio on it. But because of that movement back down again, going back up to that high and then reversing again, and now consolidating like it is, you see all the EMAs going straight through it. So because of that behavior, and you could see on the TDI as well doing the same thing, this is basically gonna do, like, consider it like a coil on a band, where it's just gonna coil and get very small here. The only good thing that's gonna happen out of this is at the end it's gonna have a breakout. Okay, now you don't know exactly what breakout it's going to have, but on the higher time frames, all this is doing essentially is basically creating a level. Okay, so all this is doing right here is basically right here creating a level. That's all it's doing. Okay, that's literally all that it's doing. It's creating a level here, and you can see where it's creating that level, where there's previous structure here, here, and now here that has been created. So to trade this on Thursday, you really need to have a really good pattern to trade. Okay, so the pattern has to be crystal clear. The entries have to be, you know, very good as well, meaning they have to be in the right timing, and inside of the boxes and stuff like that. So all that stuff has to be very clear for you to actually take a trade on pound USD. I don't like normally trading this because of that behavior, that it could go either way. So you really want to have a clear and decisive pattern to be able to trade this coming into the London session, or even into the US session, because as you can see, the EMAs are moving straight sideways through it. So this could be a day where it just moves straight sideways and does not give you a lot of movement. Okay, so those are my thoughts on both of the pairs. As you can see, guys, every day as more data gets released to us, we can basically start to determine what type of a cycle it is based on the price action behavior. All right, guys, so I hope these videos are helping you out, guys. If you need any more help, new class starting August 10th. The links are in the description. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your night.